Hello and welcome to Enfoque channel. I am Fausto Botelho, broadcasting from Brazil, and here we use our technical analysis experience to try to extract logical indications from the crypto charts. Today I'm going to be talking about the situation in Bitcoin. There is some uncertainty whether we're looking at this accumulation of the last months and whether it's a descending triangle or whether it's a bottom. And I'm going to be showing you the evidences, the technical evidences that I think are important and that are indicating that we are indeed making a bottom. So let's move to the chart, and to begin with, I'm showing you this daily Bitcoin chart. So the point is whether we're going to be looking at this resistance level, should be in red here, or this one here. So some people think we're looking at a descending triangle here, and the support would be around here. It really resembles like a descending triangle. But the point is, my friends, that I think the important thing in technical analysis is for you to understand what are the important indications between many indications that we have here, right? So it's been a long time. It's I think almost 20 years already that I think the most important technical analysis indication is a bear trap. Actually, bull trap, because markets go up in euphoria and they come down in fear, and fear is much more powerful than euphoria. So eventually, I think the most important technical analysis indication is a bull trap. That's a situation in which market breaks a important resistance level and then re-enters that. But a bear trap is equally important. And we just had a bear trap. Why is it important? Above a support, and you have to realize that as anything in technical analysis, there's bear traps and there's bear traps. And a bear trap will be more important the bigger the importance of the support it's being tested and broken and market re-enters it. So what happens above a support line? There's a lot of buy orders, right? For the simple definition of a support level. Support level is where buy orders appear. And why is that? Well, the last time it came to the support line, there was a bottom and the market went up. So people remember that. Whenever the market comes down again and goes up again, people that bought here sold upward a little higher will be tempted to buy again. So that's what makes a support line. Previous bottoms, previous accumulations. So if you have an important support line, there's going to be a lot of buy orders above the support line. And what's behind, right below a support line? Well, if I bought here near a support line, I'm going to be placing my stop right below the support line, the support level, right? The point is that below a very important support level, you're going to be finding my stop order and the rest of the world's support stop order, So a important support line is the line, the frontier between a lot of buy orders and a lot of sell orders, stop sell orders. So whenever one of these levels is broken, the market won't have the buy orders and will touch a lot of sell orders. So you can imagine what happens. The market just falls like a bag of potatoes, as we say here in Brazil. Okay? So if that doesn't happen, something is wrong. And usually it's a very important indication of an upward move. So the point is, we had this bear trap, and here it is. Now, how important was the support level? Yeah, I think it was very important. Market came one time, two times, and it touched it and felt it in the middle of June. Then it broke and re-entered this support line, and it went up. And also, it left us with a formation that usually happens in bottoms, and that's a inverted head and shoulders. Head, left arm, left shoulder, right shoulder. Okay, afterwards, it broke a resistance line. This resistance line here. Now I'm going to take away this one here. So that's another indication that this downward trend is over. So why is that, Fausto? Why do you think this downward trend is over? Well, because of these reasons I told you about, because of the bear trap, because of the inverted head and shoulders, because the market broke this resistance line, and because all these downward movement that we had in the last days, I think it's just a pullback to this resistance line. Okay, so I don't think I think I have good reasons not to believe that we're seeing a descending triangle. But of course, I may be wrong. Maybe that's what's happening to the market. We're gonna see, I think, these next week. So, well, let me first tell you what reinforces my thinking that we're ending these downward movement. I've shown this chart here other times, and that's a chart that we produced uniting the quotes of MT Gox that were the quotes that we had in the beginning since 2010 with today's prices of, I don't know if it's Bitfinex or Binance, one of these most liquid exchanges, right? So with that, we created the whole chart of Bitcoin. And of course, this is in log scale. Please, if you see someone showing you linear scale, you write a comment to the person and tell him to change to log scale. There's no point in using linear scale. That's a linear scale. You lose all these oscillations here, right? You know, linear scale, if you don't know, from 1,000 to 2,000, there is, let's say, 1 centimeter or an inch. So also a length, right? And it will be the same from 10,000 to 11,000. The point is that from 1,000 to 2,000, you got 100%. And from 10 to 11, you have only 10%. The mathematical function that corrects that is the log scale that, when applied to the price scale, produces a situation in which if you have from 1 to 2, this length is going to be the same wherever in the chart. Okay, if that's 100%, it will be 100% all over the chart. If you come to 1,000, you're going to see 100%. So that's 100% in this chart here. Yeah, 100% is such a small movement in Bitcoin chart, isn't it? Well, it's not my fault, folks. Bitcoin started with an oscillation of 53 1,000% for some. Well, we all that are in the space know why is that, right? It's completely disrupted. It's going to be changing the whole financial world as we knew it. So, looking at this chart, and specifically in the weekly chart, and then I can come back to candles. We can easily see here the Elliott wave patterns, coming out of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, wave 1, 2, 3, wave 4. We're, in my opinion, in wave 5. And in wave 5, so far, we've had wave 1. Let's take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 1. ABC, wave 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 3. And I think we've had wave 1, ABC, wave 2, and wave 3. This is one of the exceptions of the correction waves, impulsive and corrective waves, right? The corrective waves, and I think it's quite possible that it is finished for that reason. Okay, we could take this here. The market is doing what it's doing over what may be a support line since the beginning that puts Bitcoin in this beautiful channel here. But yes, there is the possibility for this to be a descending triangle. If the support line is support level is broken, then the market would be coming down to probably, let's have a look again. It will be coming down to the height of the triangle. Then we would put this level to around here, actually to where the market felt the support line, which is here, right? And then we would project this height of the triangle, and we would come to $3,000. We have to, what are the scenarios that we have to be observing now in order to find out whether I'm right, this is a bottom, or I'm wrong, this is a descending triangle? Well, if the market starts flagging down, and of course, if it breaks that flag, I think then it's going to be breaking this level, which is much more important than it was when we produced this bear trap here. And I think there's a good chance for us to reach the objective of the triangle, which is $3,000. If that happens, we're going to be seeing something similar to what happened in 2014, in which time we had a descending triangle that was broken. The market had a pullback, and then another pullback, and sort of a bear trap, a bull trap here, and then it finally went to its objective that would have been also the height of the triangle projected downwards from its vertex, and it reached and touched this almost exactly the objective, right? But there's one thing that one has to consider, which is the alternance rule on Elliott wave. And the alternance states that the correction waves, wave 2 and wave 4 in a upward movement, they alternate in the sense that one would be a normal wave and the other one would be a complex wave. So we shouldn't expect two similar situations in nearby waves. And so in that matter, coming back to the last chart again, see, we had wave 2 as a accumulation. Wave 4. Oh, no. Sorry. Wave 4 as, well, let's go on in this. Wave 4 as an ABC. But what we have to actually see, it's over here, right? Where we had wave 2, a simple wave, ABC. That's because I think 2017 from here on, and here is March on, I think I can clearly see an upward impulsive wave over here, right? And there's room for wave 2 here, ABC. So I think that fits well a shorter wave, a corrective wave, and a longer corrective wave. So that's what we have to keep an eye on, right? But coming back to the scenarios that we should be looking at, if we have a reversal here, we should remember that we are having a reversal not only in the support level, but more importantly, in this downward trend. And my friends, this is an important resistance level. If we have a reversal here, and so far, well, I didn't see it. I would have loved for the market to have closed. Well, I have to make a disclosure here. As we're in Brazil and we're adapting our charts to the crypto scenario, the closing of our daily chart is happening 3 hours afterwards. Yeah, 3 hours afterwards. So for that reason, our daily bars, our daily candles do not equal those. Well, we're correcting that because our market has to close in Greenwich time, right? And for that reason, I'm going to be showing you what's happening in our competitor. Or is it? It's sorry for that, but it won't take long. It's right here, chart, UTC time. Hopefully I'm going straight to Bitcoin. Yeah, here we go. So that's the situation, and the line is not this one here, but this one here. Yeah, quite different, right? Yeah, because it wasn't in log scale. It has to be in log scale. So I'm more pleased to see what's happening here, because in fact we did have a reversal pattern here, which is called a piercing pattern, in which after a climax downtrend, we have a big downward body in this candle, and then you have this reversal that breaks through midpoint here. So this is a candidate to a reversal, because we have to have a confirmation in today's candle, right? So just keep an eye on today's candle. If today's candle closes in or near the highs, I think that we can then call this as a reversal. And if we are having a reversal in this line, my friends, we're probably seeing the end of wave 4, and we're starting wave 5 of the big wave 5. And then get out of the upward way, because this rocket is going to go to 8,000, 10,000, 20,000 in a flick of a coin. Which one? This one here? This one here? Or this one here? Those my collective. It will be there in $100,000. So let's get back to Enfoque, and let me just finish this video stating that I do believe that if this happens, if the market really is showing us a bottom here, I'm going to borrow this oscillation here. Okay, what is this oscillation here? Well, that's a line that shows an upward movement in a specific time, right? I actually had 3 of these to borrow. I borrowed the less inclinated one, the last dramatic move, okay? So if we bring that to today's prices, considering we're seeing a bottom, considering the market will do something that it has already done, there's precedent for him to have done that. Then we can get this cursor here and look and see that it would be able to reach $100,000 in October this year. That's it. So, thank you for having watched the video until now. If you like it, please subscribe to the channel. I'm still doing both videos in English and Portuguese in the channel. We're talking with our marketing people to see whether it would be better for us to have a specific channel in English, or if we keep the 2 videos in the same channel. You could always, whenever I release a video in Portuguese, you could always send me questions or comments in the comments, and I will answer them if we keep both videos in the same channel. So, okay, thank you very much. Give us a thumbs up if you like. Click the bell to be advised, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.